Progress is slowly being made on a long list of recommendations that came from a landmark review of how Toronto police were handling missing persons cases, including investigations right here in the Church and Wellesley Village.
Things are going slowly, there's no doubt about that. And I'm a little frustrated by that, and I'm sure that lots of people in my community are frustrated.
The Missing and Missed report was ordered after the arrest of serial killer Bruce McArthur, who was found guilty of killing 8 men from the Church and Wellesley area. The report found serious flaws and systemic discrimination in several missing persons cases, including the disappearances of McArthur's victims.
Our community continues to run into homophobia at the hands of the police service. And of course, we know that the Black community, the Indigenous community, trans communities, other marginalized people in Toronto, they haven't had a fantastic experience of the police service.
Since the report's release 2 years ago, 24 of the 151 recommendations have been implemented. 119 are now in progress, while work on the remaining 8 has not yet started. Douglas Elliott is a longtime gay rights activist and is finally feeling hopeful that cultural change is a real possibility.
This is much better progress than Thunder Bay, than the Canadian Armed Forces, than the RCMP, that's for sure. So I think if you compare how Toronto is doing to other police services in tackling these cultural change and institutional reform issues, they're doing better than other police services.
Implementing the recommendations has been slow, with very little movement in the first year after the review, but in the last 12 months, there has been some progress. Toronto's Missing Persons Unit has now been expanded by 8 investigators. When someone goes missing, information sharing between officers has been improved, and police have changed their approach as to how a missing person is reported to the public. Those releases no longer provide the individual's surname or gender.
It's to respect the people's identities, for sure. So if you do a first name and last name, some of the concerns from the community at the implementation team were around, if that person is found and is looking for a job or anything, then that person is easily searchable, and so that actually impacts their future engagement with employment.
And while there's still a long way to go, Elliott believes Toronto police are on the right path and have a golden opportunity to make meaningful change.
This will put the Toronto Police Service on a very sound footing for years to come, if only they stick to it and they put the resources and the willpower into seeing it through, that those recommendations get implemented, all 151.
Toronto police have also created a public dashboard to track the progress of these recommendations. And while just about 15% have so far been implemented, I'm being told that many more changes are expected in the coming year. Shauna Hunt, City News.